live on your tablet, phone, and the KUTV app. This is 2 News Live.
Thanks for joining us for 2 News Live. I'm Heidi Hatch. It is Tuesday, August 1st, a brand new month. Before we go in depth tonight, here's a look at what is making headlines on this Tuesday evening. First up, all eyes on Washington, D.C. tonight. Former President Donald Trump has been indicted now on 4 counts in Washington, D.C. This coming after his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. That includes conspiracy to defraud the United States. The charges come from special counsel Jack Smith's office more than 2.5 years after the January 6th Capitol riot happened. Also happening today, an update on the Betridge fire. This is burning right now. It's near the Utah-Nevada border. About 80% contained, so it's headed in the right direction. It has burned more than 600 acres. Crews hope for some relief tonight with these storms that are starting to move through the state. Also in today's headlines, we're looking ahead to later this week when debates begin for Utah's open District 2 seat. 10 debates are on the schedule in 10 different counties in just 12 days. All 3 Republicans running in the special election will take part in these as they happen today. Also today, police departments across the country and here in Utah holding a national night out against crime. Every August, departments host free community events to help build relationships between their communities they serve and also law enforcement. They could be hit for some rain, so look at that before you head out for the evening. As we go in depth tonight, you can always get in touch with us during the show. Use the hashtag 2NewsLive to join the conversation. That is Brian Schnee. He is off tonight. I'm Heidi Hatch. You can find me at TV Heidi Hatch on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or really anywhere you want to go. Taking a look now at Rocky Mountain Power's live outage map. Right now, more than 11,600 customers without power. This is in the Salt Lake area. I am assuming at this point this is probably from wind that has been whipping through the valley with these storms coming in. We're keeping a close eye on this. It's all popping up very quickly this evening. Also seeing some flooding, mudslides and debris up in Alta. Chase Thomason is here keeping a track of these storms, watches and warnings. There's a lot to look at, and this is a mess tonight.
That's right. Of course, you talked about that power outage. It might be wind related. We're not 100% sure, but we are seeing those winds out of these storms gusting over 40 miles per hour. Also, very heavy rainfall in the mountains. This was just sent to us about an hour ago, Heidi, and you can see the very heavy rainfall causing some of that debris, mud over the road. 2 cars stuck right there, kind of digging out from the mud. Of course, remember, Little Cottonwood Canyon had all those avalanches during the winter. Yeah. So there's some new terrain out there, and so we're going to see, I think, these mud flows over the next maybe couple seasons because of all of the active
There's been a lot of movement, especially with trees up there. Yeah,
that's right. So let's get right to your forecast. We are tracking those thunderstorms right now across the region. Of course, those temperatures have been nice and cool, but with that cool down, we're seeing those strong winds. And just take a look at the distance. You can see heavy rainfall near the airport. We have temperatures that have dropped into the 80s, and those winds are gusting 20, 30, 40 miles per hour, but it's a beautiful shot as we look towards Davis County. That's where we have some of that heavy rainfall. The rain's not impacting Salt Lake City right now, but we are seeing those really strong winds. And you can see those winds on radar. It picks up the dust a bit, and it's what we call an outflow boundary. But heavy rainfall in Davis County. We have heavy thunderstorms, again, just northwest of the airport. Not a whole lot going on right now in the Salt Lake Valley, but these storms, they're not really moving very much. So eventually they're going to collapse on top of themselves and produce more gusty winds and maybe more storms developing near some of those outflow boundaries. So that's what we're watching right now. That's the heaviest rainfall in Davis County. We also have a flash flood warning just southwest of Duchesne. This is where we've had some heavy rainfall along Highway 191. Flash flood warning continues for a couple more hours. We're getting reports of more debris on the roadway, and that's what you can get with some of these storms in some of our canyons and mountain areas. Not as active in central and southern Utah, but we have a few thunderstorms right now near the I-70 corridor. Some showers now just southwest of Delta. Right now, St. George, you're quiet, but that might change later tonight and into tomorrow. We got some storms around Vegas, so we'll see if that happens later tonight, but lots of monsoon moisture moving in. That's that classic setup. High pressure to our east, and our winds are now out of the south. They've changed direction, and they pump up that tropical moisture. And with the daytime heating, that's what we need for those thunderstorms. So we'll keep these storms going for the next few hours. Here we are by 8 o'clock. It's not a guarantee that you're going to get rain, but you're likely going to see some gusty winds that might impact any evening plans. plans, but some rain is possible now until about midnight, especially towards western Utah overnight and into tomorrow morning. Now, as we head into tomorrow morning, more storms developing to our southwest. Active day in St. George spreads into central and northern Utah Wednesday afternoon, and northern Utah will have some lingering showers into Thursday morning. And temperatures, again, cool, below normal by about 10 degrees. Highs in the mid-80s along the Wasatch Front, 70s in the mountains. We'll see 80s from northeastern Utah into central Utah. Those are highs, but if you get a rain shower, that might cool you off into the 70s. St. George, only a high of 93 degrees, so a break from the triple-digit heat. I hope you're enjoying it. So those rain chances are a bit higher tomorrow. They jump up to 80%. I think we'll have lingering showers into Thursday morning and then maybe another round Thursday afternoon. And then it does look like we dry out as we wrap up the work week and head into the weekend, but likely still some lingering storms pretty isolated up in the mountains. So St. George, rain tomorrow, maybe a stray thunderstorm on Thursday, 99 degrees, and then we're above 100 degrees again over the weekend, but that's near normal. Overnight lows in the low 70s. First few days of August looking nice with the rain and the cooler temperatures here in Salt Lake, mid-80s through Thursday. Overnight lows in the 60s, and then we're back to near 90 Friday and Saturday. Might see a stray storm on Saturday, but rain chances are very low. And then Sunday, a little bit cooler, 87. And then we're going into the low 90s by Monday and Tuesday. What I'm really loving on that forecast, Heidi, is those overnight temperatures, maybe some relief, a break from your AC running overnight in the 60s.
I know, we could use that. And Oscar Sneaky being at my house has not been going on as many walks as he'd like because I've been getting up too late. Yeah, so this will help if humans and dogs would like to get some morning walks in.
I think we're looking forward to a little bit of a break, but it's still hot out there, but near 90 degrees.
All right, well, it feels nice after 100, so we'll take it. All right, Chase, thank you. Remember to download the 2 News Weather app to know about changes in your neighborhood. Radar, great on days like today. Again, the app is free. It's easy to download. Prosecutors in Arizona say they are now beginning the process to bring Lori Daybell to the state. There, she'll be facing new charges. It comes one day after the convicted murderer was sentenced to life in prison without the chance of parole for murdering her 2 children and plotting to kill her husband's late wife, Tammy. Daniel Woodruff joining us live tonight. And Daniel, what are the next steps as our attention now turns to Arizona and this new case?
Yeah, Heidi, I reached out today to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, and they did give me a statement this afternoon that I'll read to you right now, which lays out these next steps. They say now that Ms. Vallow has been sentenced in Idaho, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office will begin extradition of Ms. Vallow to Arizona for charges she is facing in Maricopa County. Once the paperwork for the governor's requisition has been filed with the governor of Arizona, the process typically takes 90 to 120 days for extradition. So that is their intent right now, is to extradite Lori Daybell to face charges in Arizona. She's charged with conspiracy to commit murder in the death of her 4th husband, Charles Vallow, who died in 2019. And also she's charged with the same crime in the attempted murder of her former nephew-in-law, Brandon Boudreaux, also, Heidi, in 2019.
So Daniel, when people watch this, they think, maybe this is a waste of money, or why are we doing this? She's already going to spend her life behind bars. But there are different people, different families that probably would like to see their day in court, justice, and to have her answer to these alleged crimes as well.
Yeah, a former prosecutor told me today that is certainly a consideration, that Lori can't be punished any more than she already is. And so at a certain level, you wonder, should a prosecutor pursue this case knowing that nothing is really going to change for her being behind bars? But the families of Charles Vallow and then Brandon Boudreaux, who's still living, you would assume that the families of those involved would want justice. In fact, Kay Woodcock, who is Charles Vallow's sister, said as much yesterday. She said she wants to get to Arizona to get this case squared away, that now that justice has been gotten for the 2 children and for Tammy Daybell, that she'd like to see the same thing happen for her brother Charles as this case moves forward.
Of the way. Thank you very much for your insight and reporting tonight. I'm sure we'll be following that case to Arizona as well. We're also getting our first look at Lori Daybell's new mugshot from Idaho. The Department of Corrections here. You can see she's in a navy blue t-shirt. She's moving now from the jail to the prison system. This was taken this morning, one day after she was sentenced to life in prison. Did you get this push alert on your phone today? We did send it out after the mugshot was released. If you want to get updates like this, you can download the 2 News mobile app. Drugs, alcohol, indecent exposure, and violence. This is what parents claim is happening at Liberty Park in Salt Lake City. Today, City Council members hosted a meeting to talk about these concerns and also discuss potential solutions. Emma Riley attended today's meeting, joins us live from Liberty Park, where it's a little windy tonight. And Emma, how is the city going to address these concerns from parents?
Well, today they talked long-term and short-term issues, but it all comes down to affordable housing. So it's going to take a little bit of a while and help from the city, the state, and the county to tackle this issue. Right now they do say that they have a curfew at the park, which is 11 p.m. and the police patrol it, and they say they respond to multiple calls at the park a day to deal with this issue. But parents left the meeting today telling me that they felt unsatisfied and felt like that there wasn't a resolve to the issue, and that I spoke to the mayor and she told me that their sanctioned camp program is what they're hoping will be the issue in the long term, or the solution in the long term.
So Emma, I know that you're new to Utah, but I remember about a year ago, the city came up with something called park rangers, urban park rangers, who would be out there patrolling the parks. Did they mention those at all today? And if that's something that's still happening at Liberty Park?
Yes, they did mention the park ranger program and said that they partnered with the homeless engagement and resource program, and that they all partner together to deal with these issues. They also told me that they come out here and they speak with people who are homeless and try to figure out what they can do to better help them, whether that's getting them into shelters or getting them mental health resources. And so yes, they did touch on that today and said that it has been a really good resource for places like Liberty Park.
Right there, Emma, thank you. We want to take a look tonight at what is trending on our website, and a lot of you are going online to see what's going on in the last couple hours. We've had a lot of news happening. First up, this one's been around for a couple days, but Garden City, there were some human bones found 15 years ago. A 7-year-old boy who's now in his 20s talking about this. It was a Native American bone that he found. Also, a businessman killed in Salt Lake City high-speed crash after that UFC fight. 3 people were in a Tesla. It caught on fire. A very fiery and dangerous crash there. A lot of people clicking to find the latest information on the Lori Daybell case and that new mug shot that was listed today. Also, people going over the transcript of what was said in court yesterday. If you did not hear that, there's about 8 to 10 minutes where Lori spoke for the first time. You can hear what she had to say. Very strange 10 minutes of conversation there. And last but not least, serial Utah drunk driver pleading guilty to DUI arrest. It's a story we've been following for months now. He keeps getting DUIs, back on the street, but now is finally in jail with no bail. Wendy Halloran and our investigative unit working hard on that. Remember, all these stories are on our KUTV mobile app. You can download it on your Apple App Store or also on Google Play. We do want to thank you for joining us for 2 News at 5:30 tonight. Logan's helping me with my monitor issues here. Thanks so much for being with us for 2 News Live. We will be here Monday through Friday, same time, same place. If you want more coverage of these storms that are whipping through our state, 2 News at 6 o'clock up next. Have a good one.